welcome back to Freedom Grove Farm. My name is Becky, and today is going to be a quick video. I'm just showing you how I make holes in my landscape fabric. So there's two different ways you can make holes in your landscape fabric, or maybe there's more, who knows, but two ways that I know. And I was doing it one way, which, you know, there was a reason why, even though it took longer, and then there's a fast way. I'm planting cut flowers. Obviously you can do this for any crop, but I'm going to show you the first way right now. So the first way I was doing it was by hand with a blade, and I would cut, let's see, here you go. I would cut an X like that to have a little flap. Now the flap here, the whole point of that way to do an X is to, when you plant, the flaps will go over and prevent weeds. So like this, for example, I placed an X so the soil is not exposed and the flap is goes like that to prevent any weeds from growing. So that is one way, just getting a blade and then cutting an X and making sure that you have these flaps to help you with weed pressure. Now, of course, doing that for all of these, for this whole row, is time consuming. You really have to be on your knees and doing an X with the blade, which is time consuming and a lot of manual labor. I mean, farming is manual labor, but this is just an extra thing you have to do if you want to do it this way. Now, the second way is burning holes in your landscape fabric. Now, with this, it's faster and you can go through the landscape fabric quicker, but the only thing is that it's an exposed hole, so maybe weeds will grow. You don't have that flap that I showed you to help you with the weed pressure. So that's another way. If you do a lot of research like I do, you see many people make a template. I'll show you a picture of some templates where they make their templates with different material, wood, steel, and they make already pre-made holes and they just place it on the ground to burn the holes in the landscape fabric. So you can definitely do that. Obviously you need to buy material and have someone do it for you, because you obviously have to cut into the steel or the wood. But if you want something quick and you don't have time to do a template, maybe that's like a goal, which maybe one day I'll have one, you would just use one of these. So this is what I use, Bernzomatic, right here. I'll link this in the description below, and then attached to it is a mag torch, and that's what that is. So it's really simple, it's handy. If it's, you know, you can transport it, it's not heavy. So this is how I do it. I obviously, with flowers, there's so many types of spacing that you can use when you are planting flowers, but I just use the 9-inch typical spacing, as I've learned from Florette. If you follow Florette, she says that this right here is at least 9 inches. So this is at least 9 inches. I kind of go by that. And all of these are planted 9 inches and they're doing quite well. And she was right. Usually, I mean, some things will need, like sunflowers over there. You know, I plant them a little bit farther apart. But more or less 9 inches is my go-to. I go ahead and I just go with my finger like that and I burn a hole. So I did that whole row here, and then with this, after I burn a hole, just kind of keep doing that and I burn a hole. After I burn the first row, I go ahead and I don't have to measure out anymore. What I do is I look at where I had my first set and I go into the middle of that, because that's about 9 inches apart, maybe a little more. And I just press the button here. I'll show you. So this is a hole here. It's a little bit uneven, but whatever. Come in this way. And there we go. And it gets a little fire. So really, it's pretty much the same. So I just go and I don't have to measure anymore. Middle. If it gets a little bit big, it's okay. I just keep going. Middle. Sometimes you do that, you just gotta bring a little bit more. and do it that way. So again, 9 inches. And if I'm planting anything like Black Eyed Susans and I want to do 18 inches, I just skip one and I do that. So pretty much it's like a template, the 9-inch spacing that I chose to do. And I just keep going that way. Just going. I'm going to do 5 row this way. So I just keep going, and then when I do this row, I do the same thing. This is kind of uneven, so I just kind of start here. There we go. The middle. There we go. Middle. Sometimes you'll get a little bit bigger hole than you want, but it's okay. Another thing I do to help me make these circles, I mean, they're not going to be perfect, but when I go ahead and I do a circular motion to help me. See how I just do a little circle? Kind of helps me make a little circle. Do like a little circular motion, and it will give you a decent looking circle every time. Not too bad. I would say the only negative thing about the braiding of the hose is your finger will kind of get cramped because you're pressing this so many times that I have to like stop and kind of exercise it because it hurts a little bit. So that's another thing. You're doing this movement a lot, so just know that will give you a little ache when you keep pressing it like that. So that's how I'm doing my spacing and burning my holes into the landscape fabric. Like I said, this is a really quick video. I just wanted to show you how I'm spacing and how I'm making the holes in my landscape fabric. I don't do landscape fabric for everything. For the sunflowers, I'm not doing it. Just for these rows, just because the pressure, the weed pressure is so much. But hopefully this helps you and give you an idea or inspire you to grow. And I hope you guys like this video. Subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you in the next video.